50 radio stations across the country and counting. Congratulations, Tavis.
Yeah.
Hey Zo, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Baby, I'ma hold your pretty little hand when I say this, okay? I get it. Locking your heart away feels safer than letting it be exposed openly. You see, you think that if you build a wall tall enough, the pain won't climb over, the hurt won't find its way inside, but the truth is a heart wrapped in stone won't stretch. It can't pump joy back through your chest, and the harder it gets, the tougher the outcome, because anything empty serves nothing in purpose. And baby, people turn their heart into armor only to realize armor keeps out more than the arrows. It keeps out the love, the laughter, the chance to have something without fear in their spirit. And every person is not the person who hurt you. Not everybody's reflection is betrayal. Sometimes the hand reaching towards you ain't trying to take nothing, my baby. It's just trying to hold you so you don't fall again. But you wouldn't know that if you keep your hands clutching your heart. So cage, if you treat every knock at your chest like a threat, you'll miss the moments that could have carried you when you couldn't even carry yourself. And pain will teach you caution. But caution can't be the only teacher, because if all that you learn is how to guard, you'll graduate into a lonely life with a degree in the absence of a diploma and regret. And love, true love, real love will never be found behind closed gates. Opening up is messy, it's risky, and the chance that somebody might drop you, but also the chance that somebody might stay and be the answers to your prayers that slowly takes the pain and the fear away. So yeah, unlock that cage. Let the door swing a little wider than your fear says is wise, because healing doesn't happen in hiding. It happens when you choose to risk again. Your story ain't finished, my baby. And no matter what's been broken, you still got chapters left to write with a pen that only bleeds when you allow it to. So you can love with some fear, but don't allow fear to be the reason that you don't ever open up your pretty little heart again, because you deserve the love that you prayed for. And you have a divine appointment with the person who is just waiting for you to just open up a little bit, my baby. Now you be well.
Hey, man, she sounds like a warm bowl of cream of wheat. You understand me? Butter,
nutmeg, brown sugar. She sounds delicious. That was Lisa Marie Lovett. I love it. She sounds great. Before I get into it, what she was talking about, she was talking about hurt and, how we deal with hurt, process hurt, and identify it. I'm always thinking ahead. We have another topic that we're going to, peel back next week. And I'm going to kind of preview just a bit of it. We live in a psychologically, or I would say ideologically segregated society. And I'm speaking to black men and women. When black women are hurt by black men, a lot of black women can't listen to a black man unless he's placating to her wounds, like he's repeating the lyrics from Mary J. Blige's catalog or something. They can only hear truth from a sisterhood, from a sister circle, right? I'm just, listen, don't shoot the messenger. This is my observation. And as with all of my observations, I don't come from a space where I think I'm always right. This is just what I'm seeing, right? And my experience is a limited, narrow experience, but I'm seeing enough of it to be concerned. And I think we need to discuss it, right? I think it's very important. I'm sorry. But tonight's topic, you know what I'm saying? Let's get into tonight's topic too, because there's this crossroad, this intersection where they kind of meet. Relationship is part of the human condition. Not women are always victims in relationships, or men are always the villain. Relationships are part of the human condition. And what has happened is, because of this segregated way of talking about relationships, girl, you knew he was a dog. Girl, you knew he wasn't nothing. Don't date him. Girl, ain't no good men. Do you understand this narrative that makes the relational experience kind of like, by default, women are great. Men are problematic. I'm sorry. We're going to discuss it on Monday. I just wanted to preview. But how it intersects into tonight's topic is crazy. Tonight's topic was inspired by yesterday's show. My mind is operating on 4 different galaxies and universes at the same time. So I'm listening and being blown away by my sister, Precious, right? Precious. Yeah, we love Precious, man. She came in here and she cooked with the rarest grease. And as she's talking, I'm developing tonight's topic. She's saying, I'm like, ooh, what in the world? And so what was very interesting, because about maybe 2 or 3 months ago, we did a conversation, or we had an episode where I talked about how difficult it is to be in a relationship with a human being. And you've heard us play clips from Raquel Hopkins, who is the capacity expert, the clinician. She is a capacity expert, and she talks about how capacity is on the decline, and all of these things and all of these narratives, soft life and all this stuff, Disney, all of it. And I thought about it while Precious was talking, and I came up with the topic. We need a misuse escrow clause within intimate relationship. A deeper look at why it's necessary to make space for the misuse, mishandling, misleading, right? Man, people don't want to hear this. I know. A deeper look at why it's necessary to make space for the misuse, mishandling, misleading, or mishandling of each other. Because we're all human beings, we're gonna do that. The intimacy, aka mishandling escrow account. So, what in the hell is an escrow account? And how does that work? Here's your definition. An intimacy escrow account functions as a relational treasury that holds emotional capital, empathy, accountability, forgiveness, and grace in reserve to safeguard the relationship against the volatility of human imperfection. Ooh, like a mortgage escrow account that protects a property from lapses in taxes or insurance payments, this emotional escrow protects the partnership from lapses in empathy or attunement or lies or cheating or even disrespect. Ooh. I know y'all don't want to hear this. Do you know how many people I'm sitting with that's constantly saying, well, just leave. The easier thing to do is leave. Leaving is not conflict management or resolution. In some cases, it is. If somebody is putting their hands on you, if somebody is constantly diminishing you, listen, I'm going to go even deeper. Each partner contributes monthly deposits through conscious acts of care, emotional regulation, and self-awareness. Listen to what I'm asking you to make monthly contributions. This is consciousness. Are y'all listening? Each partner contributes monthly deposits through conscious acts of care, regulation, and self-awareness. These deposits accumulate interest through consistency and integrity. When one partner experiences a moment of relational default, hurt, neglect, misunderstanding, mishandling, the account releases emotional liquidity to cover the temporary deficit. You don't know how to be, right, with another human being because you don't see them as human. You see them as savior. You see them as intimate messiahs that's going to take you away from self-work. This is not how it works. However, the system operates under relational checks and balances that prevent abuse of grace and ensure that compassion never substitutes for accountability. Listen, the purpose of the escrow, the intimacy escrow account, exists to stabilize emotional equity through predictable deposits of goodwill towards each other. It will provide liquidity of grace when one partner falters or when both partners falter. It can prevent foreclosure of the bond through cumulative resentment. Oh, we ain't got nothing in our intimacy escrow account. It can maintain the ethical solvency of love by linking forgiveness to responsibility. Grace, in this context, functions as an insured empathy. Listen, as insured empathy. It covers accidents of the heart, not accidents of intentional harm. What? Wait, hold on. It covers accidents of the heart, not acts of intentional harm. In other words, you can't intentionally disrespect. You can't intentionally marginalize, minimize, neglect. You can't intentionally do anything to harm the bond. But if harm comes, right, from you, it must come from your human frailty, right? Your human nature. Ooh. The principle of intention, the eligibility clause. Just as a mortgage lender releases escrow funds only for legitimate obligations, the intimacy escrow clause releases grace only for acts born of unintentional hurt, misunderstandings, emotional fatigue, or trauma-conditioned reflexes. What are trauma-conditioned reflexes? Attachment styles, right? Insecure attachment styles, right? Maybe the person is neurodivergent. Maybe the person has ADHD. Maybe the person is fearful avoidant with an ADHD combination. Maybe they're dismissive avoidant, with codependency. Do you see? Deliberate harm does not automatically qualify for coverage. However, a constitutional amendment within this model allows for a probationary restoration of grace when the partner who caused intentional harm demonstrates a couple of things. Immediate acknowledgement of wrongdoing. Genuine, authentic remorse validated by consistent inner work, shadow work, and behavioral change. The tangible piece, restitution, emotional, communicative, or practical. Repeated intentional harm without repair triggers account suspension until both partners engage in formal repair practices if they so choose. And that could be counseling, meditation, or structured dialogue. Are you listening to this? An escrow account, an emotional, empathetic, forgiveness-based escrow account for the relationship. Why haven't they taught this? See, we deal with the problem when it pop up. We have no reserves. We're running on fumes because we're running from ourselves. We haven't developed anything internally. Everything is dependent on each other to show up for the wound. Oh my goodness. What if we had a mishandling escrow account for relationships? When we come forward, the voice of reason is on fire. I need y'all to call in. Let's get it.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a Black and Brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at walkgoodla. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580. On Thursday evening, November 6th, you're invited to the next KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Town Hall meeting. This time we're convening at Victory Bible Church, 1497 North Hill Avenue in Pasadena. The town hall will once again be broadcast live on KBLA Talk 1580 from 4 to 6 p.m. on Thursday, November 6th. But you're invited to join us in person for this urgent and necessary community conversation. The theme for this Altadena Eaton Canyon Fire Town Hall is Understanding the Wildfire Recovery Compensation Fund. The primary focus of this gathering is to inform residents about Southern California Edison's newly launched Wildfire Recovery Compensation Program and provide clarity on eligibility and the claims process. There are plenty of questions to be asked, and only KBLA Talk 1580 has the right moderators to ask the tough questions, the right stakeholders and community activists to share their insights, and we have confirmed the participation of corporate executives from Southern California Edison to answer our queries. So be sure to join us at Victory Bible Church in Pasadena, 1497 North Hill Avenue on Thursday, November 6th. The event is free and open to the public, but registration is required at KBLA1580.com. That's KBLA1580.com. Light refreshments will be served immediately following the live town hall. This KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Rising Town Hall is brought to you by the Black Freedom Fund.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
If speaking up makes you the problem, you just expose the real one. Because healthy relationships do not punish honesty, they repair around it. In couples work, there's this concept that's called secondary injury. The first injury is what hurt you, being dismissed, betrayed, abandoned, or unseen. The second injury is what happens when you finally speak up about that pain, and the person that you love reacts with defense, minimization, blame, where they then choose that opportunity to bring up something that they don't like about you or that their problem with you. Most couples don't realize that they are reenacting childhood attachment wounds. One partner finally shares their truth. The other partner unknowingly react in ways that mirror that original injury, not from that person, but from wherever it was back there in the timeline. That then creates a trauma loop where the wound deepens, trust erodes, and both people feel unseen. Object relations theory, we project old attachment patterns onto our partners unconsciously. We expect them to get it right without telling them how. Second injuries are usually unintentional, but they can be just as damaging. You don't have to scream, you don't have to cheat, you don't have to shut down in order to cause secondary injuries. Sometimes that second injury, the harm that comes from it, is in not knowing how to hold someone else's pain.
Do you see? That was Sav on Instagram. She was dropping jewels, in my opinion. Do you see why it is necessary that relationships have this proverbial metaphorical account, right? This empathy or intimacy account. We are still human beings. We are still imperfect. Zoe got here and said, we are whips. On the first show, I said, we are whips. What is a whip? WIP, work in progress. We are a human being. Human beings are flawed. By nature, we learn from our flaws. Our flaws make us incredible. It makes us great. But where it is the most unforgiven, is in our relationships. Isn't it ironic that our relationships is kind of like the one place you really can't be human in? You got to show up for that person. You can't be flawed. Flaws are not welcome here. I got my own flaws that I'm ignoring. I don't have time or the space for yours. This is why this intimacy, empathy, escrow account makes sense. The system of checks and balances within this system. The escrow operates like a relational economy governed by 3 regulatory branches that balance power between emotion, intellect, and integrity. The executive function, the heart, compassion, right? This proposes grace, responds with empathy, but cannot unilaterally pardon somebody in this relationship that hurt another. There's emotional instinct. It initiates repair, but remains subject to review. Then there's the legislative function, the mind, boundaries. This branch defines the terms of use, adjusting behavioral agreements after each misstep. This branch writes the relational policy document, right? That is aimed to prevent emotional inflation. Then there's the judicial function, right? The consequence, which is awareness, right? This reviews the act, the intent, and the sincerity of the repair. It determines whether grace may be dispersed or withheld until reform occurs. What? An actual empathy and intimacy escrow account that we're constantly pouring in good times? How many of you guys, the relationship just went away because you didn't have a capacity lined up? You didn't have an account lined up with something in it. Oh, my God. Listen, when we come forward, we go into the phone lines. People are on the lines from all over the country. They want to talk about it. I want to hear from Los Angeles as well. Let's get it.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black New York City Mayor Eric Adams is endorsing former Governor Andrew Cuomo to succeed him days before early voting.
I'm fighting for the family of New York. That's why I'm here today to endorse Andrew Cuomo.
Adams warned New York, quote, can't become Europe, end quote, while Cuomo's team urges Republican Curtis Sliwa to drop out to boost his chances. Black Cleveland, Ohio Mayor Justin Bibb is calling on federal leaders to support his plan to close Berkeley Front Airport. In a letter to Ohio Senators, Representative Shontel Brown and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, Bibb requested help decommissioning the airport so the city can redevelop the land. And rapper Finesse 2 Times was arrested in Texas on 8 charges, according to TMZ Hip Hop. Details have not been released, but officials say he's no longer in custody. The Memphis rapper also faces a terroristic threats case and a negligence lawsuit. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Break out the champagne. Everybody get a glass.
Tavis Smiley is now ranked number 16 nationally and the highest rated talk show hosted by an African American on the 2025 Talkers Heavy 100 list of the most important talk radio hosts in the nation. Last year, Tavis ranked number 33 and the year before, number 45. The Tavis Smiley Show has rapidly expanded its national syndication to now include nearly 50 radio stations across the country and counting. Congratulations, Tavis.
Yay! Yo, this is Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I got another incredible black-owned business for you. Your podcast deserves more than a closet and a prayer. It deserves a green screen that makes your haters jealous. Do you need 4K so crisp you can see their ego? Mics that catch whispers and rants? Hey, a stage that turns Aunt Mildred into Beyonce. Listen, all you got to do is check out OneStream.tv, Inglewood Studio Playground, where backyard dreams get VIP upgrades. They've got cameras, mics, stages, step and repeat, everything you need. Lights that flatter people who never get flattering. They got all you need to produce the podcast of your dreams. Listen, their rates are as low as $75 an hour. Yes, really. Swing by 740 Centinela Ave. Call 323-296-4444. Once again, that's 323-296-4444. Trust me, my brother Mike will take care of you. OneStream.tv.
I'm talking lights, camera, action.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach? Transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal? Prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You ready?
You're invited to the KBLA Talk 1580 Community Health and Wellness Fair on Saturday, November 8th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Catch at Audubon Middle School in Leimert Park, 4120 11th Avenue. Join us for a day of health, healing, and community connection. There will be health screenings, immunizations, wellness information, a Ketch Charter School recruitment fair, plus music and healthy snacks. And it's all free at the KBLA Talk 1580 Community Health and Wellness Fair, Saturday, November 8th, 10 a.m. a.m. to 2 p.m. at Audubon Middle School in Lamert Park, 4120 11th Avenue. Come out and bring the entire family. And if you have not yet checked out our KBLA Health and Wellness Hub, you should at KBLA1580.com. KBLA Talk 1580 thanks Catch Charter School, Prudential, Eastside, Cedar Sinai, and St. John's Community Health. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that a healthy community is a thriving community.
That's right, baby.
On Thursday evening, November 6th, you're invited to the next KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Town Hall meeting. This time we're convening at Victory Bible Church, 1497 North Hill Avenue in Pasadena. The town hall will once again be broadcast live on KBLA Talk 1580 from 4 to 6 p.m. on Thursday, November 6th. But you're invited to join us in person for this urgent and necessary community conversation. The theme for this Altadena Eaton Canyon Fire Town Hall is Understanding the Wildfire Recovery Compensation Fund. The primary focus of this gathering is to inform residents about Southern California Edison's newly launched Wildfire Recovery Compensation Program and provide clarity on eligibility and the claims process. There are plenty of questions to be asked, and only KBLA Talk 1580 has the right moderators to ask the tough questions, the right stakeholders and community activists to share their insights, and we have confirmed the participation of corporate executives from Southern California Edison to answer our queries. So be sure to join us at Victory Bible Church in Pasadena, 1497 North Hill Avenue on Thursday, November 6th. The event is free and open to the public, but registration is required at KBLA1580.com. That's KBLA1580.com. Light refreshments will be served immediately following the live town hall. This KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Rising Town Hall is brought to you by the Black Freedom Fund.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
One of the things that life done taught me is that if you get in a relationship with somebody that ain't really ready to heal and grow and work on themselves, and you the type of person that's done did a bunch of inner work, and you done gained a certain level of self-awareness and the type of awareness that can actually help somebody else elevate and heal and grow and evolve and embody who it is they really can become, when you come around and you able to point out stuff to them that they don't realize they doing because they got subconscious patterns and behavior that's sabotaging, they gonna feel like you picking them apart, you shattering illusions that they had around their identity. Most of the time, if they got a victim mentality, they're going to view everything that's coming up as a weapon. They're going to feel personally attacked by everything that you're trying to tell them. Even if you ain't doing it out of malice, even if you ain't doing it to put them down, these challenges that come up between y'all, you're going to be the problem. And what people like this fail to realize is that you don't come in contact with somebody that's able to do that for nothing. That means it's time to deal with it. That means it's time to confront it. That means it's time to go deeper. So many people mistake being comfortable for being in love. So many people think that when a connection challenged them to heal and grow because it's so uncomfortable that it ain't really love, which really just speak to the fact that they don't know what love is. Because love do challenge you.
Hey, look, Madam OG on Instagram is cooking. She cooking. I love what she said. Let me, again, making the case for this metaphorical, metaphysical, philosophical concept of a grace escrow, forgiveness escrow, empathy escrow that I believe relationships need. There are tools and skills that must be developed within oneself. First, the relationship with themselves, in order for them to be able to pour into somebody else. People say they pouring into you because they paying attention to you. Your attention is one type of pour. Your sex is one type of pour. Your presence is one type of pour. Let me tell you something. Skills need to be developed on the battlefield of the self. That's what you really bring into the table. So Zoe gets creative and creates this philosophical concept, right? And then endows it, imbues it with a system of checks and balances, right? The executive function, the heart, right? The legislative function, the mind and boundaries, right? The judicial function, the consciousness, right? The awareness, right? Together, these functions form a dynamic checks and balances system that guards against the tyranny of unchecked wounds, pride, ego, fear, or entitlement. Do you understand? That's why this is important. And I have to use this metaphysical, metaphorical sense and be creative to say this is why relationships suffer. Because if we're having a real conversation and you sit down, how many times somebody went to therapy and it became a competition? The therapist chose your side. That's not why you're there. They listened to you more. They made me look like the villain. And it's both men and women. They missed the whole point of the process, right? So the therapist becomes babysitter, trying to, feed you little tools to get you just to listen without judgment. Right? Do you understand what? These are the tools that are lacking. We got callers on the line. Let's get them in here. Adonis from Detroit. This is your first time on the VOR. Brother man, please. No profanity, brother. This is terrestrial radio. No profanity. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
I got you, boss. What's up, Zoe? How you doing?
I'm good, brother. I am good.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, really what you just stated about the therapy situation, it's tricky when somebody you don't know is telling you about yourself. And unless you have some level of, I would say, internal understanding of how you truly feel when somebody's telling you you're doing something wrong, it's really hard to stand up and own that. I've done couples therapy before with an ex of mine, and I remember that was my first time ever experiencing therapy. And the overwhelmingness of it all, hearing his words, hearing her words, and me not having any experience in therapy, me never asking myself these internal questions, it was an ego shock. Right. It was like a punch in the face.
Right.
And it took me doing my own personal therapy to be able to take a step back within myself and be like, okay,
I'm tripping.
These are the areas where I need.
I'm tripping. Let me just own it. I'm
step
tripping.
my game up.
Right.
Yep, I need to step my game up. I'm messing around, and it's tricky, especially when me personally. I have a I run a business here, and I have a little bit of clout. A couple of people know me, whatnot. So it's hard to hear areas where you're not doing well when you're used to doing well in the areas that you're very proficient at. So with relationships with me personally, I know that it takes me a little extra effort to be fully engaged, not necessarily just listening, not necessarily just being there, but really engaging in a way to where I can set my ego aside.
Adonis, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Outside of work, how engaged are you with your feelings, your wounds, your upbringing, any hurts that may have happened to you in the past? Outside of work, how engaged are you? Hold that thought. Don't answer yet. When we come forward, we're going back to Detroit to get the truth. Let's go.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has worksource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Even though there are some people that never show it, even though there are some people who are completely shut off from them, even though there are narcissistic people that block their feelings, we have to take in the idea that everybody has feelings. And as you go up the self-help ladder, it can be very easy to connect to the people that you perceive have a very open heart, that are very transparent about what they feel, that are constantly vulnerable. But your spiritual growth starts to be when you can feel the feelings that people have, the true soul, innocent, loving feelings that people have that they never show. That doesn't mean give your power away. That doesn't mean become a big people pleaser and over-the-line empath that lets someone control you. That means stay connected to the higher you and start to feel the compassion that the now has for all of humanity. Start to just be. Start to connect. Start to see love in every person. And you won't believe how amazing life starts to be for you.
Man, Kyle Cease never ceases to amaze me. I love his perspective. I love his POV. And again, the essence of this conversation is about being in a relationship with a human being who is inherently flawed. No one is advocating you stay with a physically abusive person, a psychologically abusive person, a verbally abusive person. This is not what this is advocating for. This is advocating for what it means to fight for the humanity of each other. That's real love. This is what Precious was talking about yesterday when she said that's real love. When you have the desire to fight for the imperfection of your partner, to fight for the flaw that is them. Yeah, you love that part of them too. Sure, you encourage them to work on themselves. You encourage them to take responsibility, accountability. You encourage them to look at themselves, be reflective, and all of that. But you know it's love when you're fighting for the whole person. Now, you can't wage a war to fight for the whole person of your partner unless you've won that war or at least begun that war within yourself. Do you see? This is why something like this matters. Yes, we're talking metaphorically, philosophically. Yeah, sure. But think about it, the necessity of it. And a forgiveness, empathy, intimacy, escrow account for your relationship that you pour into in good times. Very interesting. Adonis, Detroit, I asked you a question before we went forward. Now we've come full circle. I need to know the answer to that.
Yes, just so I'm not rambling. Repeat that question for me so I can dial in for you.
I was asking you if you were self-reflective. That's the gist of it. Right?
So yes. So I'll tell you what has allowed me to be a lot more self-reflective is the relationship I have with my daughter. It has allowed me to slow down to be able to see where I'm messing up by how I react and respond to things. I've been able to be a little bit more, I would say, engaged with her as opposed to more intimate relationships, just because of I think a divine connection.
So you want me to keep it? You want me to keep it real with you?
I want you to keep it real. That's
your daughter's a safe place.
Mm-hmm.
That's a low stakes relationship because that's your daughter. That's your baby. So that's an easy relationship to engage in. Clearly, you want to be her father, you love being her father, and you love her. But let me tell you what your daughter is modeling while you're loving on her. She's modeling what you're also neglecting within yourself, which shows up in intimate relationships. Intimate relationships, brother, are about self-knowledge. I tell people, instead of walking into the relationship expecting the person to show up a certain kind of way, we put both eyes on them. We don't put one of those eyes on ourselves, how we're going to show up. I was triggered the last time. Or we'll cultivate expectations for them to act a certain way around parts of ourselves that we've disowned, that we don't want to look at. What about emotional regulation? What about your temper? What about anger? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, how do you resolve conflict within yourself? Do you ignore it? Do you sweep it under the... What's your attachment style? Are you insecurely attached? Why is it that intimate relationships are such a problem? Are they triggering different parts of you that you don't want to deal with within yourself?
Yeah, that's deep. I would say I'm more avoidant when it comes to intimate relationships because, you know, that safe place comment you made, that is very true. And I've recognized that as well with other, you know, intimate relationships I've been into. It's hard for me to feel comfortable, I would say, opening up or being a little bit more, I don't want to say relaxed. That's not the word I'm looking for, but open.
You said it. You said it's open, vulnerable.
Yeah, it's open.
So does intimacy scare you?
I think what scares me is not necessarily intimacy, but I'm trying to put it into the correct words. The representative that person is presenting to myself, I'm not sure that is that person's true self.
Stay right there,
So
brother. No. Stay right there.
You.
That's fear. I don't know if you really you, and I can't trust it. Stay right there. Don't go nowhere, brother. You cooking. We on fire tonight when we come forward. The phone lines are full. Let's get it.